What's up, everybody? Bride right here with a new video. Hope you guys are doing good. I know it's been a moment, but of course I was going to drop my thoughts on the new trailer for Black Adam. Man, like I said, guys, this is definitely the second most anticipated movie for me this year, following The Batman. Man, I'm just so hyped even more. This trailer gives us a little bit more of with details of what we want to know, and not too much still. Man, I just can't wait to get into it, guys. Let's do this. So in this new trailer, we definitely get more details, on the story of Black Adam being released on the modern world. He gives more with the characters talking about how he's full of rage, full of anger. He got his powers in the midst of losing his family. His son sacrifices himself to save Black Adam, and he gets those powers. Most people would see it as a gift. He sees it as a curse. And when you're so vulnerable like that, full of rage, full of anger, and then he's locked up for 5,000 years, and when he's released upon the world, he's just full of all that anger. He just sees as an opportunity to do whatever he wants. He has power. He has magic power. And anyone he sees lower than him, or anyone he sees as a threat, he's just going to easily look at you as a target. And then this, you could just tell that, I'm telling you, the one thing I definitely look forward to in this movie is that it is definitely going to explore that, the topics of good and wrong, good and bad, right and wrong, the whole hero versus villain thing. The one thing I do like that they focus on is one of the members of the Justice Society of America is Hawkman. We definitely get another look at him, and it is so cool to see him there. Now, we've seen different portrayals of him, and in this one, you definitely see that his character sees Black Adam as a threat. So, he's saying is that we need to make sure we eliminate it out of the way before more innocent people get hurt or people die. It's just him seeing that perspective, showing us that he sees himself as a hero, and heroes don't kill people. And don't forget, in the other trailer, Black Adam says, "I do," and he doesn't necessarily see himself as a bad guy. I just think he sees himself as just someone who has the power to do what he wants and what he can. And in that, they explore that more in depth with Dr. Fate, seeing how he's had a vision that he could either be the destroyer or the savior of this earth, and it all depends on the actions and the choices Black Adam makes. The one thing I do like that we get to see in this trailer is that you do see that he does have a little bit of humanity left in him, with the character that Sarah Shahi is playing, reminding him of his wife possibly, and then his kid. The kid that's with her is reminding him of his son. It's just showing you that that could be the small little gap that still hasn't made him go completely lose himself to rage. Because don't forget that in some portrayals in comic books, he is a complete villain, and others he's more of an anti-villain or anti-hero. And in this one, I'm telling you, I love how they're just not setting anything in stone. It's whatever he decides to be. And you could tell that part of these characters, that kid and her, is the part that's keeping him at bay, just a little bit possibly, from just losing himself entirely. You could think of it as a little bit, maybe not in the same way as Superman, but Superman has Lois, he has his mom. He lived his life on the farm with his parents, and he learned a little bit of humanity. He learned to live a part of this world. And with that, he grew attached to something, and just someone so like that, someone who has the power to wipe out almost everything on this planet. If he loses himself and he just gets powers like that, just imagine on a level, kind of like what the story of Injustice goes with. That's probably the closest thing I could think of with Black Adam. I mean, he already lost everything, but he's seeing that glimpse of it, kind of like as a motivation, saying maybe not all hope is lost again. I shouldn't have to release all my anger on all this. And it's just a cool exploration in this kind of story with this movie, and not just recycling it as your typical, oh, I think I'm going to become the bad guy because of this. I just want revenge. And you can see that they explore the idea of him thinking he wants justice, but he wants revenge. It's his personal gain of what he wants to get back after what he lost. And I do like that we get more of a little bit of, in the trailer, we get more of a glimpse of what the main story is. Basically, you get a mercenary who leads a group of assassins that are looking for the crown of Sabbac. If you get the crown, you do have the powers of Sabbac. And I don't really know too much about Sabbac besides that he's a demon. That's pretty much I'm limited, guys. I don't know too much about that character, but I'm sure we'll find out more as it goes with this movie. He's basically a demon, and if you unleash his powers, he's released upon the world, and he definitely wants to rule Kahndaq, and from there the rest of the world. So if by getting those powers and releasing those, you're unleashing the demon. And Black Adam, with magical powers, if he decides, he could do something about it, or he could just stand by and see the world get destroyed, and then from there he just becomes whatever he wants to be in that kind of futuristic world. The one thing I do like that they showed in this trailer, and hopefully you guys check that out, is that you get to see Amanda Waller's involved in this movie. I don't think she has a big part of it, just kind of like maybe a scene or two, possibly. You know, obviously she's keeping tabs on everything. She's keeping tabs on the information. She knows the people, the superheroes out there, the villains, the whole program that she's running based on what we knew that they're moving forward with Suicide Squad. And of course, she's going to be aware of all this stuff going on. So we know she's in there. And what that kind of brings in with that part of the story, guys, is that, we keep wondering how it's going to tie in with everything. Of course, we want this to be a great standalone movie. That's what matters more than anything here. Then from there, you can see how you want to tie it into the rest, and it'll fit into the DC universe. And I think that's the part that's going to play in, knowing that Amanda Waller is involved in between all these movies and all these stories with these characters. She's going to be that gap. Now, I don't really know what they'll tease, but they could definitely introduce something in there. And I think where we're going to get a glimpse of that with her is basically the possibility, don't quote me on that, guys, but I'm just thinking maybe the future of Superman, because obviously she's going to have information on him. And I think that'll be the point where we find out. There's rumors supposedly of a cameo at the end, supposedly teasing Henry Cavill's return. And I know there's been a lot of people out there releasing videos and their opinions that he is back, that sources on the inside of Hollywood have been confirming that he's back. If there's a spoiler, they can't really talk about it. Now, I hope that is true. You guys know how much I would love for that to be true, but I'm going to wait till we watch the movie and see what happens. I definitely want to see him back. But even if he does come out in the movie as a cameo, it doesn't confirm anything. It doesn't mean he's the Superman they're moving forward with. It could just be a small cameo it has where they're using these actors while they figure things out for the future of these movies. Because don't forget, Ben Affleck has a cameo in Aquaman 2, and supposedly Gal Gadot has a Wonder Woman cameo in Shazam 2. Now, that doesn't mean these characters are going to be carried out completely, because don't forget, Ben Affleck was done as Batman. But I think he came back because he's willing to, and don't forget, he definitely had fun with that character. I think they're milking these characters out as much as they can because they're trying to figure stuff out, and they don't have their future Batman in the DCU yet. Don't forget that the Batman movie we got, that's a separate thing. It's not a part of this. So they don't really have a face for that, or anyone for that. Same thing goes with Superman. Don't forget, technically, we haven't seen Henry Cavill Superman since 2017 with the regular Justice League movie that came out in theaters. We don't have any information yet. I hope it is him still, guys. He definitely wants to come back. He's definitely shared that constantly, and I want to see him back. It would be a really, really wasted opportunity to not see him come back, but we have to wait and see what's decided on that. But basically, if that's true, we'll see what moves forward from there, and that would be exciting, because to see someone like Superman, who's just what we saw at the end of the Zack Snyder cut, whether they choose to go forward with that or not. The Superman we saw at the end of the regular cut and the Zack Snyder cut was barely finding his place in the world. And to see someone like that go up against Black Adam, oh man, I can't tell you, that would be so epic, so awesome, and who knows whatever future plans they have. So I just can't wait, guys. But basically, I'm excited for this movie. I hope it's everything we're all expecting about it. I'm definitely super hyped for it. I don't think it's going to let me down. And it's got everything you're going to want. And I know we've seen many times already Dwayne Johnson saying the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is going to change constantly.
Power in the DC universe is about to change. Things will never be the same, because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Silence! Silence!
Now, I don't know if we're really going to see that happen. We'll probably see some, in between moments where he has a higher hand, but I don't think he's going to be in charge of anything, guys, because, that would mean he's going to wipe out all of them, even Superman. Now, as crazy and awesome as that would be, that's just not how it's going to happen, because then the heroes would fall and there'd be no hope at all. But if he's talking about how things are not going to be normal anymore, with who knows how Black Adam will time with all this, then I see you there. But man, if we've been seeing you say that all the time, and we just gotta see what happens. I think we've had enough of that speech already, man. I'm excited, but let's just see what happens next, because it'd take a lot to bring down your main trinity: Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Let's just see what's gonna happen. I don't know what teasers they have coming, but after this movie, maybe we'll have an idea of it. But I'm excited, guys. I am pumped. I'm ready. Let's just see what we can get with this movie, and I'm ready for it, guys. I am excited. Let's do this. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new trailer. Let me know what you're expecting, if it has you more excited for the movie. If it doesn't, let me know. But I'm excited. So let's do this, guys. Thank you again for checking out the video, and I appreciate the support. And don't forget that on Broad Ray's channel, it's movie time all the time.